Welcome everyone to game number 4 in Terra Nova Duos between Up2Imp and Kurtular. So here we have in the yellow and the red on the southeast of the map, T90 official and the MBL. Facing up against them, Kurtular, made up of ronotovi and Yasin in the northeastern side of the map. And now, let's look at the map because these are very unique maps. And here's the map name down here. If you know how to say that, go ahead and say it to yourself. I'm not going to attempt it and embarrass myself. Anyway, we have a central island with the 4 players located upon it. And ringing the central island are a bunch of islands which look connected by a marsh ford type soil land that looks saleable and buildable, perhaps, or at least saleable and walkable. And on these little islands are gold and stone pods, just gold and stone. But there's also gold and stone, a smaller amount on the bases. Now, these buildings that you are seeing are 2 separate buildings. You have a fortified tower on top of a town center for each player. So the town center so each player is going to be a little extra fortified through the early game. We'll see how this plays out. Each player, it appears, also has started with a transport ship and a dock. And you can see the players doing the annoying little tricks, T90 official and Urantovi being annoying with transports. Oh, let's look at the civilizations as T90 official and MBL are playing as the Persians for T90 and the Lithuanians for MBL. And on the other side, Urantovi has the Lithuanians and Yasin has the Vikings. And this is interesting because these civilizations, this was a rematch. And I don't think. Okay. I'm very curious about what happened. I'm not sure what happened. Trying to follow along here. And the scoreline I'm seeing for others is a 3-1 scoreline. Which that can't be right. This is a best of 5. In favor of Up2Imp. But this is a best of 5. So something is okay, 2-1. Apologies, 2-1 scoreline. So it was just a regular restart here. Let's look at the populations, and you can see Up2Imp with 1 eco unit lead as the game continues. Everybody just playing pretty standard Dark Ages here. It doesn't look like there's an awful lot of sheep. In this case, turkeys, but there are berries. There are 2 rhinoceros, which are being brought in for each player. So berries, rhinoceros, and a lot of fishing ships. And the transport dancing over here to try and be annoying to T90. MBL doing the same thing to Yasin, and Yasin doing the same thing to MBL. Although MBL's transport is just kind of there, not doing a whole lot. There's a lot of fish on this map. Now these are snapper, so it's not the highest fish density on these fish pods. But I'm gonna zoom out. Let's see how many fish are on this map. 320 snapper. Wow. So the fish matters an awful lot on this one. With 320 snappers, I think this is going to be very heavy in the water play. We'll see this get walled across and walled up between the players. Yep, you can see our northeastern team already doing that. Kurtular, Yasin of Kurtular already putting the walls down, trying to make sure that now this is. I'd love to see these walls out a little farther. Here and then here and there. Instead of where Yasin has placed them, because a tower here could be very disruptive to Yasin's eco. Whereas if the walls were out here and then here and here, that wouldn't be near so disruptive. T90 walling up in a similar fashion to Yasin. Gonna chop through that eventually, but that's all right. Yeah, so this is gonna be water heavy for sure. However, the players T90 and MBL have picked hybrid map civs with Persians and Lithuanians. On the other side, we have Vikings and Lithuanians. So one water map civ and one hybrid map civ. I actually like the Vikings for this map better than I like the Persians. Because with T90, T90 is going to have to try and fight off the Vikings with the Persians. That's not really what we want to see. The second dock coming down for MBL. The second dock already down for Yasin, and the galleys out. So it's going to be galleys for Yasin. 2 docks down for ronotovi, and 2 docks as well for T90. Everybody with 2 docks out, and everybody, MBL, switching it up, going for fire galleys. Ooh, interesting. So our Lithuanian players have gone for fire galleys, and our Viking player obviously going for galleys, and T90, our Persian player, also having gone for galleys. Not a whole lot going on yet. Over here, playing defense is both ronotovi and T90 official. However, MBL pushing in, running these fish away a little bit with his fire galleys. The fire galleys now of ronotovi move in on the north-hand side of the map. Headed down around the island to face off against T90. However, it's four galleys against the 2 fire galleys. You got a micro T90. Well, I guess you don't. Not when the opponent runs away. So T90 pushing those away without fletching just yet. And on this side, the galleys, the fire galleys, MBL, able to chase the galleys away and has switched into galleys himself. Interesting. To open with 2 fire ships and then switch into galleys. I like that. I don't know if it's good or not. It's something I theorize can be good. But I think pros will prefer to see, okay, ronotovi has also done it. So I'm not crazy, guys. It's not a bad opening in certain situations. Ooh, a demo ship snuck in there from T90. Interesting. Well played, T90, who has now, let's find the KDs, a 3-2 KD. And on the other side of the map, 0-0, a 1-0 now, as the galleys are in on the fishing ships. It looks like of MBL. MBL losing a couple ships, but that's all right. As T90 has taken control on the north-hand side of the map. T90 punishing ronotovi for now. We'll see if that continues. The military count is 9 galleys versus 4 for ronotovi. So T90 taking a commanding lead, in fact. MBL has 6 galleys and 2 fire galleys versus the 8 galleys. So, okay, so you can see MBL struggling to compete ronotovi. The 2 players who switched are struggling to compete directly against the 2 players who focused only on galleys. MBL trying to swing in and snipe some fish. ronotovi not going to let that happen, but as ronotovi shifts over to fend off MBL, T90 swooping in, ronotovi has to rush back and try to deal with that, and T90 finished that build. T90 left the bill on 5 HP, could have finished it, decided against doing so. Whereas MBL struggling to hold on his side, trying to build up a galley mass, now up to 12 against the 13. Okay, has held. MBL has held on his side. So T90 pushing on his side, MBL has held on his side with now 3 docks. MBL will be taking a commanding. Nope, I will be taking a lead on the water on his side as well. This looks pretty well over, as I don't, this map with so much fish, I don't foresee you being able to win it without holding onto the fish. And everyone has walled up. There's a hole. MBL could get raided down here along the south, but I don't foresee that happening at the moment. And there's actually a hole there on Yasin's wood line as well, and a hole between Yasin. There are some holes. There are indeed some holes there as well. But what really matters is these water fights. And archers coming in from Yasin. It does matter, in fact. That's why ronotovi was behind T90. But T90 quick walling these archers into a trap. One villager will probably go down here for T90. No! The villager even escapes. Wow. The good fortune. Wow. T90 gets out of there. Oh, and the galley shaking. No. Wagging the finger. No, 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 my friend. Like the Matsumbo block. No, no, no. Okay, wow. Yep, this is just a tough situation for Kurtular. Looking at the Castle Age, trying to make a difference with Castle Age as two players, T90 and Ronotovi, are both on the way up to Castle Age at very similar times. So our Viking and our Persian player, no, our Lithuanian and our Persian player, and the Viking player, the one you really want in Castle Age, not on the way up just yet. So this is, wow, not a good situation. A fourth dock being added. Ooh, the galleys of Yasin headed around T90's base, looking for those juicy fishing ships. T90, where did they run? Okay, keeping the fishing ships with the galleys very smartly. MBL taking out a dock of Yasin. Yasin on the way to Castle Age. MBL on the way to Castle Age. Slightly slower, just a bit slower. MBL is going to have to watch his fishing ships now, as the galleys are coming back to deal with. It's going to be 10 versus 6 galleys, though. MBL's got to be careful, as T90 and Ronotovi. And you can see that water is so important, as these little pods are going to be completely controlled by water as well. So if you don't have at least an even water value, you're just going to lose. And it's 40 to 26 military. It just does not look very possible, very doable. As T90 even has knights out. Wow. So does Ronotovi. Ronotovi. Oh, man. I can't figure this guy's name out. I apologize, Ronotovi. But T90 just, wow. All over Ronotovi with 47 versus 38 villagers for that. And the Lithuanian player here, though, could pick up these relics. That's why there's Lithuanians on this game. Those relics in the middle, whereas MBL, not quite up there yet. So T90 is going to have to try and deal with this monk knight push of Ronotovi. But T90 has headed on into Yasin's base, and weirdly enough, wow, interesting. So both T90 official and Ronotovi got to Castle Age and stopped water production and haven't upgraded water. Only Yasin and MBL are making water now. MBL is trying to get enough of these galleys to deal with the longboats, which are coming out, which are not coming out. No, Kurtular has completely given up on water for now and going full land. But even going full land, they're behind on the land as well as MBL. Getting a castle up on a few of these relics, denying the blue monasteries, making this one useless, and denying that one completely. And yeah, T90 just run in, snipe the monk. You'll lose a knight, but kill the monk. I don't know why. Someone help me understand this. You run past the monk. The monk gets a conversion, and you just keep running instead of killing the defenseless little monk. Just kill the monk. These 3 galleys are being annoying. And War Galley now coming in for T90 for MBL, which will make a pretty large difference. And this is game over with 50 to 25 military, 46 to 24. The ecos are very similar, 89 to 84, but it's just not enough. The middle is held for MBL, giving the Lithuanian Knights, which will now begin to come out, a massive advantage of MBL's team of Up2Imp versus the opponent's Knights. Ooh, a relic yoinked there for Ronotovi, getting that juicy attack for the Lithuanian Knights. More relics being yoinked, so I take it back. The relics might come in. Nope. Monks being sniped away now. But another monk out. So many monks coming out, just trying to get those relics in. So 3 in for MBL already. A 4th one going to be coming in very soon. Ooh! however, and 2 in. So you need 4. 4 is the number that you max out at. So there are enough relics out here for both. No, there was only 7, right? 3 and 2 with 4 out there. So just wow, wild relic fighting. Ooh, a scout. The scout from T90 comes around. Anything going on the water? No, nothing going on the water. So everything is right here in the middle. MBL gets gets 1 conversion, robbed of it there. 2 relics still only for our ronotovi player, and 3 for MBL, looking to get that 4th one in to get that free attack on his knights. Now, this is not one of MBL's knights. MBL has not yet. Ooh, MBL going Elitis, which will get that attack. MBL, use the monks. MBL, what's... Oh, MBL. Okay, noticing these fire galleys and this castle. Worried about other things right now. Where are these villagers headed? Oh, gonna drop the castle. Go on in, man. Just make it all the way, dude. Just do the crazy things. MBL trying to deny the castle with a monk. One of the weird features of Age of Empires is how effective, and you can see this Elitis. 13 plus 3 attack with no attack upgrades yet for MBL. Sorry. Yeah, no attack upgrades for MBL. You can see. And yet, plus 3 attack. Only 2 relics in for a Lithuanian player on Kurtular, and 3 relics in, 4 relics in, 5 and 6 and 7. So it must have been 9 on the map. 4, 5, 6, and then 7 gonna come in. Maybe that's why there was a read. There were only 7 relics previous, I believe. I'm not sure. The ecos are still relatively close, 10 ahead for Up2Imp. But Kurtular just has no military hold in this game. Let's see the resources. Anybody looking at Imperial Age? Because that's the only thing possible here, and neither of these players are looking at Imperial Age at all. The gold is going to run out soon for these players as well. Account Center being dropped. Oh my. Oh, it's a nightmare as these villagers wander through the path right into the ships of MBL. GG called by Kurtular. GG. And that is the series, if I understand that right. Best of 5, 3-1. Up2Imp, T90, and MBL have taken it with a 1-game loss. And I'll be very interested to cast that game as well. I hope you enjoyed this series, as it has now come to a close. As we see the military stats of MBL just wrecking on the water at 2.75 KD. Just absolutely dominating on the water and then on the land as well. Just doing so well. MBL 0.98 KDR, but good enough. Good enough. T90 with 2 conversions. However, ronotovi with 7 and Yasin with 1. So the conversions definitely went in favor of our Kurtular team, but it was not enough in the end. And you can see here everybody's even in military population. You can just see us. This line, look at this. See, this is where the line should be the whole way across. And you can see as it drops over here on the right-hand side. This is where it should be. This is where it is. Oh, wow. As they lose so quickly. Again, I wish I need to change the settings and have this set as the standard anyway. Yeah. As, you know, economically fairly even game across the board. With the total numbers collected for T90 and MBL being very similar. Yasin lagging behind with that Viking eco. The feudal time, very similar across the board. But that, 30 seconds between these 2 players was a big part of the difference for the game. Society stats, villagers maxed out, very similar actually here and here, but it just was not to be APM stats. Again, you can see the APMs of the various players. I hope you enjoyed the series, guys. I hope that it's been entertaining to see some professional level 2v2 on some unique maps. So I hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you in the next video. See ya.